Did some back today. I did some back. What did I have? I had oatmeal for breakfast. Here we are. Got my shirt. Got my artificial sun. Oh, you can't see it. Yeah. I got a bag of grapes. I never wash them. And I have this glorious kombucha. But what we're doing here today is MAD. Stands for mile a day. Click go. I got a commercial treadmill right here. Let's get this thing tilted up. Just, yeah, like that angle's fine, okay? I know messing with it will just not be easy. But I ran, let's go over what I did for the day. Ladies and gentlemen, we're walking a mile a day, 2 incline on this commercial treadmill, same stats you would have at your local gym. I have a very expensive commercial treadmill. I have one because we're testing it out. We're gonna buy a bunch. We're gonna rant. We're gonna eat some grapes. Green grapes, prefer almost exclusively only green grapes. Now, I like them very fresh, tart, like not even ready yet, tart, or 75 to 85% frozen, right? So you can freeze them all the way and then you bring them out and you kind of wait for like 5-10 minutes where it's like, it's hard, but you can chew into it. It's like, you know, frozen grapes are hard as rock. Here we are on 2 incline and let's go right up to 3 on the speed. Let's talk about it. So today for breakfast only, I had a decent amount of oatmeal. Not the oats was decent. I mean, it was like 2+ servings, which I can handle. But yeah, the brown sugar that I always put in on, the brown sugar I put in is too much. And I know that. I say it all the time. But I have a ton of fried chicken I'll be eating after I have these grapes. And I want to tell you something about this kombucha. This is the brand I like. This one's the watermelon flavor. I love just about anything watermelon. Their other one, which is called Pink Lady Apple, is usually my favorite. I started off drinking only their pomegranate one. Not because I like the flavor, but because I was drinking that flavor, exclusively that flavor, even though it didn't taste that good. Kombucha traditionally does not taste that good. Because of the meme of this old lady in a classroom, teacher talking, giving her syllabus, right? Her rules for the class. And she says, no pomegranates. Don't ever bring a pomegranate in my class. And for that reason, I was drinking this brand, kombucha, their pomegranate flavor, which is not the best. This watermelon, just under the best, the Pink Lady Apple one. If you're looking for it, Pink Lady Apple. I want to tell you a little bit about this kombucha. It's a tea fermented, which means they let it spoil. They let it spoil. There's a whole category of fermented foods and drinks. This is kombucha, which means it's got little bugs growing in it. Okay, it's got very okay, I don't know. Kombucha, I don't know, I can't read that. Is that English? Okay, so what we're doing is kombucha, it's got little bugs in it, right? But so does the interior stomach, all over your skin. The majority of the cells in and on your body are not human. The majority of the cells in and on your body are microbes. I mean, don't look into it, it kind of freaks you out, but the amount of, get a little tight down there. The amount of the little bugs that grow in your stomach, they help digest, they help, I'm gonna tell you what they really help. That is why I'm drinking this. Depression can be caused, and oftentimes, most times, oh no. Battery is 20%, we can deal with that. We'll bump it up, 3-3. Still 2 incline, but now we're on 3-3 on the speed. Just to go a little quicker. Kombucha, 80 calories per serving size the whole bottle. It doesn't taste like Pepsi, so you don't chug it. This stuff's pretty good though. It's carbonated, so when you first open, you gotta watch the bubbles. Sometimes it'll bubble over if you don't keep an eye on it. A little bit of carbonation, that's fun. Sometimes I'll drink spring water for that reason. Carbonation helps out. The flavor's fine, that one's good. I could chug it if I wanted to. The reason we drink kombucha is because when someone sees us drinking kombucha, they know we're better than them. No, just kidding. Kinda. And that's why some people drink kombucha. So the bugs inside your stomach, your microbiome, right? The microscopic, because you can't see them unless you're under a microscope. The bugs that live and provide assistance to your body. Without them, you die. They get killed through inflammation, through bad sleep, bad diet habits, allergies, stuff like that. They get killed. They're bugs. They're living things. They're supposed to regenerate and they die. They have a life cycle just like other living things. But we're killing them at a rapid rate. And I want to tell you about depression and why it's caused by food we eat. Most of the food we eat causes inflammation, which is therefore killing the interior bugs, which your happiness relies on. See, now I want to explain something to you, something not a lot of people know, is, let's bump this up to 3.5, baby. Now we're jazzercising. Remember, mile a day. I ran 2 miles this morning. I worked out. I did back workout at the gym just now. I ran 2 miles just now at a park, a local park, big park, and big grassy area, baby. Get out in the sun, sun's out. And this is my 5th mile for the day. This is not what mile a day is about. It's not that I'm walking a mile or I'm running a mile. It's that I thought, what's something everyone can do? Walk or run a mile. Now, I'm an athlete, somewhere in the middle, intermediate. You know, I'm not a beginner, but I'm not an elite athlete yet. What's something anyone at any level can do to get results is you got to do more. You got to do extra. And anyone can run, walk, sprint, crawl 1 mile a day. So that's the idea, is it's a mile extra on top of everything you already do. Now, if you do nothing, 1 mile, you're good, because that's extra. If you run 100 miles a day, I wouldn't suggest doing an additional mile, but I don't think any of those people are here. In fact, from what I can see, nobody's here. So it's just you and me, Nick. You, me, and this grape. Now it's just you and me. I got a ton of fried chicken at the home, waiting for me. Only thing I had was a little bit of oatmeal. I've been up since 3. It's 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a lot. I did take a nap. That helps you go hungry. If you're sleeping, you don't know how hungry you are. And then if you're on pills, because I was at the workout just now, you know, you can still go hungry for longer. There's tricks of fasting longer and longer. Workout, sleep, stay busy, and then eat when it's time to eat. Anyhow, depression caused by food. Let me tell you something. Happiness, good thoughts, good feelings. What do we call that? Dopamine, which most of us are gassed out on dopamine through laughing at videos. It's probably a big problem I have. Laughing, things that fire your dopamine. Seeing people you love and good feelings. And we do that unnecessarily through a TV show or through memes or through scrolling. We get a little bit. It's a small amount of dopamine that's released in your brain. Now, the reason we drink this kombucha and the reason it fights depression is there's dopamine, and then what's the other one? Serotonin, right? Serotonin. Now, these are the two things that we need to be very careful about, because if they're out of whack, you're depressed. And if you're already depressed, they're probably out of whack. Dopamine, you gotta fix that. Stay on social media, that's an answer for you already. Stop consuming bullshit, right? Shows that you like. The very fact that you like them is how you know you're releasing dopamine. Now, you have a limited amount of dopamine. You can replenish it, obviously. But if you blow it all on sex, entertainment, anything that entertains you, swiping and seeing that you got 6 likes, that's very well known, is that influencers end up being depressed, celebrities end up being depressed, because all day you're seeing people love you, and these things release dopamine in your brain, small amounts, but a lot throughout the day. And so when it's time to get dopamine for something you deserve, like your sex life in a marriage or something like that, you don't have an adequate amount of dopamine to be interested. You don't have an adequate amount of dopamine to, you don't feel excited about life. You don't feel happy in the moments where you should feel happy. It's because you've been spending that dopamine, which is limited for the day, on bullshit. It's a budget. They give you $1,000 of dopamine and you gotta spend it. I'm not spending my dopamine on a bullshit meme that I won't even remember, right? You ever scroll Facebook? Ooh, I can feel that artificial sun back there. It's heating me. It's tattooing my back with some warmth. I'm not spending my budget on your limited, what are the things in life that are limited? We gotta be very careful about this. Limited in the day, dopamine, happiness, just call it happiness. I'm spending it on, because if you save it in various different ways where you can bottle up your dopamine through avoiding things that you like, foods that you like, situations that you like, entertainment, avoiding this, your dopamine release during when you finally do allow yourself to have that dopamine is so much bigger. Now this is a whole practice that we can get into a whole nother video altogether. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 0.6 on the MAD. It's the 5th day in a row. Get a little side ache right here. It's crazy. When you do, I was doing penguins, call them penguins the other day. It's where you hold a weight in one side, and it's for the obliques. It's crazy. When I do my abs, the running the next day, if it's an effective ab workout, my back hurts or my knees hurt. It's because I tore up my abs. It's tricky. You got to really plan out your core work. That's a whole nother video altogether. Okay, we covered dopamine and depression and why are we drinking this kombucha? First off, we got to get back to that. Now it's dopamine. I think you understand dopamine. I think I explained it briefly. I mean, it's like such a deep topic. What's the other one? Serotonin. Now here's the trick. You go, okay, these are things that are in the brain because they release in the brain. Yes, they do. But serotonin, only 10% of your body's serotonin is actually released in your brain. Where's the other 90%? The biggest bang for your buck if we're trying to manipulate your serotonin. Where is it created? It's created in your gut. That's another thing people don't realize. Let's eat a grape, boy. Gotta love a good grape. You just throw a grape at someone as hard as you can. Anyhow, kombucha, remember, it's got little bugs growing in it. The same, more or less, kind of bugs that go in your gut, and they need to multiply, they need to reproduce, they need health, because you're killing them off with your bad diet decisions, your stress, certain things in life that'll kill off your bugs that help you produce serotonin, happiness. So your diet's killing your serotonin levels because it's killing your microbiome and your gut. People's guts are just, I don't know, just puffed out and bloated and there's too much salt in your diet and it's like all the things that we're trying to fix. You know, it's not a switch you can just turn on and off. It takes time. But all of those diet decisions are killing the bugs in your body, which create the happiness for you. 90% of the serotonin you have access to, is or would be created in your gut. Now, the reason we drink this kombucha is because the little bugs that are growing in this fermented tea that they let spoil and it starts to grow little bugs and it starts to bubble. Put this in your body and it helps restore some of that microbiome, the little bugs in your gut. It encourages them to grow. So if you've got plants growing on the inside of you, they're actually like little animals, but if you consider them plants, you gotta feed them, you gotta water them once in a while. Or give your body an opportunity, fasting, give your body an opportunity to be clear of all the acidic. See, anytime you eat something, it could be have an acidic effect to your body. Even an apple. Because your body, everyone's bodies respond differently. So if I'm eating this grape right here, my body still has to take a look at it when it gets into my system and see this body. See, my body, I'm allergic to spinach. So it's toxic to me. So your body really does a great job of deciding what to keep and what not to keep, what to attack, what to reject, whether it be throwing up or shitting myself. If I eat some spinach, actually my throat swells up and I might die. I do die, just haven't done it yet. And the kombucha is gonna help restore some of the bugs that are gonna help with that process. losing my train of thought because this grape looks delicious. And I never eat grapes one at a time, I'm just being polite. And I never wash them anymore. Not a religious thing, but I just don't wash them anymore. None of my fruits or vegetables. And that another thing that kind of goes with with what we're saying here. We get so sanitary, we're always washing our hands, putting that alcohol stuff, what is it, hand sanitizer on our hands these days. You're literally killing the bugs that live on your body. The very definition of your immune system. The hairs that are inside your nose, they gather, there's parts of your body that are meant to, they thrive better, like a workout, when they're every day dealing with some sort of little bug attack. Your immune system, it's your defenders. But if they're not ever working out, they get pretty bad at defending. That's how, see, if you lived in a bubble, which let's lower this thing down, I'm getting a side ache. It's from the abs I was doing earlier, I told you that. Remember, your immune system, it's like a workout. Just like your heart, people don't work that out enough, especially us guys, we gotta run. Anyone can do curls in the mirror, that's fun. But your heart's a muscle. If you're not giving it an intense workout, your heart's a muscle. We gotta train it to be a hardened veteran, that nothing will phase it, it won't fail you. Someday it will. When that day is, you can have an effect on by working it out, making sure it's a resilient heart. Your immune system's the same. Now, if you're living in a bubble and you're always cleaning yourself of these things before they could potentially get in your body and attack you, all the low-level diseases and bugs and stuff that don't even have scientific names, and they get into your body through just nature. Your body's ability to practice attacking those things is what makes your immune system stronger. So throwing chemicals in your body and different cures, it's important for some things that are so intense or foreign to the body that your immune system just couldn't handle and you would die. We have shots for that. We have different things for that. But it's all the little stuff where you're killing the bugs that are on your skin because you're using hand sanitizer, or you're covering your nose so frequently that all the little dust and stuff that's supposed to attack you. And it's just practice. It's not some disease that's going to kill you. It's practice for your immune system. And now your immune system's going to get rusty, lazy. So when it's time to not be in a bubble anymore, you haven't been practicing. That's a whole thing. But kombucha could help with your happiness because 90% of the serotonin created in your body is in your gut. Only 10% is in your brain. Dopamine, I'm not so sure. I think most of that's in the brain, pituitary gland, that area. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 0.98 on the mile a day. This is number 5. It takes me, 20 minutes. So, there's no real excuse. I could run it for sure. But remember, I ran 2 miles in the morning. I ran 2 miles, and I went home, I ate breakfast, I slept for an hour and a half. And then I went and did a back workout, and then I ran 2 more miles just now. And then on my way home, right before I get gas, after this, I'm doing my mile a day. My mile a day isn't that I only do 1 mile a day. This is my 5th mile for the day. And I have several workouts planned later in the day. It's only 1 p.m. on a Thursday. But people are starting to get lazy, wishing it was Friday, not me. I'm speeding up. I got ideas and goals for myself, and from what I understand, it's not going to happen for free. Got to work for it. Hey, let's go. Stop. This treadmill will last me a long time if I'm only walking on it. That won't last long. When I was running earlier just now, came up with a live television show idea. Maybe it's a podcast type of thing. I think maybe that's the new television show. One of the versions is doable right now. I need 2 or 3 people. But another version is going to require live broadcasting equipment. And then the future level, I imagine a Sprinter van, like the newscasters do with the satellite on top, and it's like a whole studio in the back. You're in the back of the van, maybe like a stakeout style. But more on that soon. I'm very excited to, I don't know, when some ideas hit me, they just kind of like, it's a small idea, gets in me, somewhere in my soul. It's not a big deal. But then every once in a while, you just come back to it, and then you come back to it more and more, and then you come back to it more and more, and you're like, wow, it's kind of overtaking me, this idea. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where these things are created, but it infects you like a beautiful poison, you know, these ideas, these inspirations, these passions. You know, some ideas, they come and they go. And you're like, I'm not feeling that. But other ideas, especially if you don't act on them, sometimes they keep you up at night. Just me. Just me. Thanks for tuning in. There's no one here, so this is for me, future Nick. I love you. But you better be working harder than the past Nick, me today. Your past Nick. You better be working harder than me now. And I'm only